Okay, so this is going to pick up where the first video, which is 1.1.1a, 1.1.1b, this is going to be the video where it leaves off. So we're going to be doing 1.1.1b and c, and we'll see how far we get. So for sure 1.1b and 1.1c, and then we still have 1.1.1d to do. All right. So we plan on getting done here in this video. My plan is to get done as much as I can about these notes here, 1.1c, 1.1d, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here we go. All right, and the first thing we're going to do is take a look at complements and supplements again. Okay, so let's look at this example one more time where we have to look at the complement and supplement of 2 pi over 5. So the angle theta equals 2 pi over 5. Now the sketch of that is 2 pi over 5. All right, now 2/5 is a little less than 1/2, right? And this is 1/2 pi from here to here. So 2/5 pi is probably about there. Now, if you want to find the complement, that's this angle right here, because the complement of two angles add to 90. And 2/5 plus this angle will add to 90 degrees. So how do we find that angle? Well, this whole angle here is 1/2. So we're going to take that 1/2 and subtract 2/5. Now 1/2 minus 2/5 is going to be 5/10 minus 4/10, right, which is 1/10. So the complement to this angle is equal to 1/10 pi. Now, the supplement to the angle, all right, the supplement, all right, is the angle that you add to 2/5 to get 1 pi. So the supplement to this angle is going to be pi, right, minus 2/5 pi. Okay, so that's this angle right here would be the supplement. And this angle is 3/5 pi. So the supplement is 3/5 pi. So to figure out the supplement, you're going to subtract the angle from pi. To figure out the complement, you're going to subtract the angle from pi over 2. All right, moving on then to another angle, which is 5/4 or 4/5 pi. So let's get the sketch of that again. 4/5 pi is almost 1. 4/5 is almost 1. So 4/5 pi would be here, roughly. Then what you do is look at the complement first, okay, the complement. Now, complements add to 90 degrees, and this is past 90 degrees, or past pi over 2. So, what we have to do now then is recognize that it's none in this problem. None. So there is no complement, basically, okay? Now, we're going to now look at the supplement. All right, so what is the supplement going to be? Well, the supplement's going to be this angle right here. And we're going to take this angle 4/5 away from 1. So pi minus 4/5 pi is equal to 1/4 pi. That's the supplement, 1/4 pi. to find the complement and supplement of an angle, you have to be able to subtract 180 and subtract it from 90 and subtract it from 180. Now, two big ideas here is that 90 degrees is equal to pi over 2, or 1/2 pi, and 180 degrees is equal to pi. So very much keep that in mind. Moving on now to the degree measure of an angle. Now, we've talked about the radian measure of an angle. You need to get comfortable to go back and forth. So what that means is all of these angles, see, they have radian measures. There's a certain one there, there's a certain one there, there's a certain measure there, and so on, right? This is the complete unit circle. So it gets a little bit, it gets complicated, but it's not rocket science. It's not too bad. So the big idea is that 1 degree is 1/360th, okay? So 1 degree, if it's 360, if there's 360 degrees, right, and 180, and we know that 360 degrees is equal to 2 pi radians, right, and 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. So we use this idea of 180 degrees equals 1 pi radians to understand that 1 degree is equal to pi over 180 radians. And 1 radian, right, is equal to 180 over pi degrees. So we need to be able to convert between radians and degrees, be able to go back and forth between radians and degrees. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, this is the big slide here. All right, to convert from radians to degrees, we multiply the radians by 180 degrees over pi. Okay, so we get degrees, and you're going to see some examples with that. To convert degrees to radians, we're going to get radians. We multiply the degrees we have by pi over 180 degrees. Okay, so it's a little confusing at first, but once you understand what you have to do to convert between radians and degrees, you're going to get it. Okay, so here's a couple examples. All right, so here we go. Now we're going to convert these degrees to radians. Now remember that 135 degrees is roughly about right here. All right, so what is it in terms of radians? All right, because from here to here, from here to here is 180 degrees, remember. So how do we go from degrees to radians? Well, from degrees to radians, we multiply by pi over 180. Now we've got to simplify this, right? So don't forget we got to simplify these. So we're going to take that 135 degrees, now this is going to go pretty fast, right? 135 degrees times pi over 180, right? So we're going to simplify 135 and 180. Well, 45 goes into 135 3 times, and it goes into 180 4 times. So this is 3 pi over 4. Now that should make sense to you because 3 pi over 4, right? 3 pi over 4 is about right here. See, 3 pi over 4, 3/4 pi. Okay, 540 degrees. Let's do that. So 540 times pi over 180, right? And this simplifies. Well, we've got this and this, right? So the two zeros cancel. Well, 9 goes into 54 6 times, and it goes into 18 Well, 18 goes into 54 3 times, so this is 3 pi. You can sketch that if you wanted to. Now, negative 270, remember, is right here. If I do negative 270, this is negative 90, negative 180, negative 270. All right, so my guess is you could probably do this in your head to be negative 1 1/2 pi or negative 3 pi over 2, but let's figure it out. Negative 270 times pi over 180. All right, so the negative 270 and the 180, they cancel out, and I get 3 here and 2 here. So it's negative 3 over 2 times pi. All right? All right, well, let's keep going here. Let's convert from radians to degrees. And when we go from radians to degrees, we multiply by 180 over pi. So that's how do we convert. All right, so the next thing for the next example, we do negative 1/2 pi times 180 over pi. And this 2 and this 180 make 90, and the pi's cancel out, and I have negative 90 degrees. All right, that's how I make that conversion there. Okay, and now the next one is 9 over 2 pi times 180 over pi, and the pi's cancel, and the 2 and the 180, I get 90 here. Okay, so 9 times 90 is 810 degrees. Next problem, missing a pi, but that's okay. So 2 times 180 over pi, right, is going to be 360 over pi. Now, I would roughly do my calculator here, and I would say the 360 divided by 3.14 equals 114.6. So I'm going to say it's about 114.6 degrees. All right, this kind of wraps up 1.1, A, B, and C. And what we have to do for this is say, all right, two angles that have the same initial and terminal side, they're called coterminal. And one blank is the measure of a central angle that intercepts an arc equal length. That's called a radian. And two positive angles that have a sum of pi over 2 are complement. And two positive angles that have a sum of pi are supplement. All right? So, and this is 1 degree. We talked about that a little bit. Okay? All right, so this wraps up that video. We've got one more video to go for this part.